Hello guys, today I am going to teach about the computer systems. So today our main topic is computer system. So everyone knows that what is the computer. So everyone you must be know that a computer is an electronic multitasking machine which we can do many things quickly and accurately. Computer is runs by the three step. Number one is input, and number two step is processing, and the last number three step is output. So computer runs by the three steps: input devices, processing device, and output device. After the processing device, whatever the result comes with the some devices, it is known as the output devices. Computer system is made up of two hardware and software. There are two major elements of a computer system. So you will get to learn with the diagram. So let me draw the diagrams. Number one is hardware, and number two is software. So that two hardware and software is the most important for the computers. So let me define that first: hardware. All the physical parts of the computer is called hardware. Some example of the hardware are: number one, mouse. This is parts of the computer. Number two, keyboard. These also parts of a computer. We can touch and see. Number three, printer. These also parts of the computer. Number four, monitor. These also parts of the computer. So these all parts of the computer is known as the hardware because we can touch easily and see. Hardware is classified into three types. Number one is input devices, and number two is output devices, and number three is processing. Processing means CPU. Some example of the input devices are: number A, mouse; number B, keyboard; number C, scanner, etc. This is example for the input devices. Output devices are: number A, screen; number B, monitor; number C, projector. Actually, which device gives the result? It is known as the output devices. Processing device. CPU is the main processing device of the computer and it is known as the brain parts of the computer. CPU has three parts. Number one is ALU. So ALU stands for the arithmetic and logic unit. Arithmetic and logic unit. And number two is CU. CU stands for control unit. And number 3 is MU. MU stands for memory unit. So these 3 are types of the CPU. Memory unit has 2 types. Number 1 is primary memory. This primary memory is the main memory of the computer. And number 2 is secondary memory. This secondary memory, also called as external or auxiliary memory. It is known as the permanent memory of the computer. Primary memory is the main memory of the computer. So primary memory has 2 types. Number 1 is RAM. RAM stands for random access memory. And number 2 is the ROM. ROM stands for read only memory. That ROM is known as the temporary memory and ROM is the permanent memory of the computer. So secondary memory, also called as external or auxiliary memory, and I am going to give that some example of the secondary memory are like CD. CD means compact disc, and DVD, digital video disc, and sometimes it's called that digital versatile disc. And number 2 is hard disk. Number 3, pen drive. So etc. Because we can keep permanently in these old devices, CD, DVD, hard disk, pen drive. So it is known as the secondary memory. So we have remaining only this, that software. Software is the set of instruction of the data. So that software one we cannot touch, we cannot feel. So it is known as the software. Some example of the software are given. MS Word, MS Excel, games, etc. This is one by one example of the software. So now suppose you see that MS Word, MS Excel, games we cannot touch. That is why it is known as the software. So this is example for the software. Software has 3 types. Let me write. Number 1 is application software. And number 2 is utility software, and number 3 is system software. So today we have this much only. So thank you very much.